Evening to one and all, and welcome back to this amazing channel of Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. I am your host and host for the subject of chemistry on this channel, and you all call me AV. So yes guys, as you all know that कि हमने 11th standard organic chemistry series already start कर दी है, and we are into the lecture number 11. Okay, so आज lecture number 11 है. अगर लेक्चर नंबर 1 to 10 नहीं देखा है तो इट्स माय पर्सनल रिकमेंडेशन गाइस, प्लीज़ गो एंड विजिट ऑल द लेक्चर्स सो दैट आपका एक फ्लो बना रहा है. Okay, so guys, please make sure you are going to watch the entire video right from lecture number 1 to lecture number 10. And secondly guys, जो एक important चीज़ मुझे ये बोलनी है कि please make sure that you will like, comment and share this particular channel with all your friends, those who are planning to give NEET. ओके, तो येस, लाइक कमेंट शेयर करना मत भूलना. एंड येस, अगर अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज़ मेक श्योर दैट यू आर गोइंग टू सब्सक्राइब दिस चैनल एंड डू नॉट फॉरगेट टू प्रेस दैट बेल आइकन. ओके, द मोमेंट यू प्रेस दैट बेल आइकन यू विल कीप ऑन गेटिंग द नोटिफिकेशन ऑफ ऑल द अमेजिंग सेशंस दैट इज गोइंग ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर चैनल, एंड इससे आपका कोई भी सेशन मिस नहीं होगा. ओके, सो प्लीज़ गाइज डू लाइक, comment, share and subscribe our channel, that is Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. So yes, सेशन स्टार्ट करते हैं. जैसे कि मैंने कहा 11th standard organic chemistry series, we are into lecture number 11 and today's session will be focused on degree of carbon, how to identify the degrees of carbon, the degree of hydrogen, the degree of alkyl halide, the degree of alcohol and the degree of amines. Okay, so एक ही सेशन में सारे डिग्रीज हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. ठीक है, एंड अगर कोई 12th स्टैंडर्ड के स्टूडेंट इस सेशन को देख रहे हैं तो यू ऑब्वियसली नो दैट कि इसका इंपॉर्टेंस कितना है. इफ़ यू नो द डिग्री, इफ़ यू कैन क्विकली आइडेंटिफाई द डिग्री ऑफ ऑल दिस थिंग्स वट एवर इज रिटन ओवर हियर, यू कैन ईजिली आइडेंटिफाई और गिव द ऑर्डर ऑफ देयर रिएक्टिविटीज एंड यू कैन ईजिली डिफरेंशिएट देम एज वेल. ओके गाइज, श्योर. सो या सेशन बहुत सिंपल तरीके से मूव ऑन करेगा. फर्स्ट आई विल बी डिस्कसिंग इन डिटेल्स डिग्री ऑफ कार्बन, बिकॉज जैसे ही अगर आपको डिग्री ऑफ कार्बन समझ गया तो आप डिग्री ऑफ कार्बन से डिग्री ऑफ हाइड्रोजन आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, देन डिग्री ऑफ अल्काइल हैलाइड भी आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, डिग्री ऑफ अमाइंस भी आइडेंटिफाई हो सकता है एंड डिग्री ऑफ अल्कोहल भी आइडेंटिफिकेशन हो सकता है. ठीक है, सो यस, द मोर पॉइंट ऑफ फोकस विल बी ऑन व्हाट डिग्री ऑफ कार्बन. सबसे पहले अपने को डिग्री ऑफ कार्बन समझना है एंड देन उसके बाद अपन डिस्कशन स्टार्ट करेंगे विद डिग्री ऑफ अल्काइल हैलाइड, हाइड्रोजन, अल्कोहल एंड अमीन. ओके, सो या लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड विद द फर्स्ट वन, डिग्री ऑफ कार्बन. ओके, टॉकिंग अबाउट गाइस डिग्री ऑफ कार्बन, देयर आर 4 टाइप्स. ओके, टॉकिंग अबाउट डिग्री ऑफ कार्बन इज ऑफ 4 टाइप्स. ओके, hello Milky Swiss. Okay, welcome to the session. Talking about degree of carbon, as I said, it is of what 4 types. कौन से वो 4 types है? That is, first one is primary, okay, primary, that is 1 degree carbon, which can be also represented as 1 degree carbon. Okay, the second one is secondary. The second one is secondary, which is also known as what? 2 degree carbon. Okay, then third one is tertiary, that is 3 degree carbon. Okay, and the fourth one quaternary, that is 4 degree carbon. So yes, these are the 4 types, or these are the 4 degrees of what? Carbon. Okay, before giving you the definition and everything, let me just tell you exactly how to identify that, then we'll keep on discussing the definition. I don't think so definition is that important, understanding is most important. Talking about degree of carbon, that is primary carbon atom. Okay, sir, please define degree of carbon. Okay, that's what we are proceeding towards. Okay, just wait for it. Okay, talking about degree of carbon, and that too first we are discussing what primary degree of carbon. Okay, how to identify? First we'll discuss the identification, then we are going to define primary degree of carbon. Okay, so talking about primary carbon atom, let us take this example. Okay, let us take this example, and we are going to focus, okay, and we are going to focus on this particular carbon atom as of now. Okay, we are going to focus on what? This particular carbon atom. Okay, now if you'll see this particular carbon atom, can I say that this carbon atom is just bonded to one other carbon atom only? Okay, can I say that this particular carbon atom is just bonded to one other carbon atom only? Right? Right? So whenever you find a carbon atom which is just bonded to only one other carbon atom, that is known as what? Primary carbon. That is known as what? Primary carbon atom. So how to define primary carbon? How to define primary carbon? Primary carbons are nothing but the carbon which is just bonded to one other carbon atom. The carbon which is just bonded to only one other carbon atom is known as what? Primary carbon. Okay, so can I mark this carbon as primary, that is 1 degree carbon atom? Yes. Am I right on this? Got it, guys? Sure. Similarly, can I also say that this is also what? Primary carbon atom. How come? Because this carbon is also bonded to only one other carbon atom. Got it? So बहुत simple सा concept है guys, very simple and sweet concept. कैसे identify करना? अगर कार्बन सिर्फ एक अलग कार्बन से bonded है, only one carbon atom, ठीक है, उसके बाद वो किसी से भी bonded रहे, it's none of our business. अपना business क्या है? ये कार्बन सिर्फ एक कार्बन से bonded होना चाहिए, वैसे कार्बन को हम क्या बोलेंगे? Primary carbon atom. क्या बोलेंगे हम? We'll be saying them a primary carbon atom. Clear? Sure? Got it? समझ में आया primary carbon atom definition and example how to identify, right? Okay, perfect. If you have any doubts, please post it in the chat box. जो भी doubts, difficulties है, please post it in the chat box. Talking about secondary, let us take an example. Oh, I need to take a black color over here. Now, okay, clear? Now see, if I tell you to give me an answer, how many primary carbon atoms are there? What will be your answer? Anyone who can just help me out over here? In this given structure, how many primary carbon atoms are there? Or like how many carbon atoms are there? Or the carbon which is just bonded to one other carbon atom? In all the direction, it is just bonded to one other carbon atom. How many are there? Can I say that this carbon? Can I say that this carbon is just bonded to one carbon atom, so it is 1 degree, right? Even this carbon is just bonded to one other carbon atom, hence it is 1 degree, right? So how many total primary carbon atom? That's right, that is absolutely right, Milky, it is 2. Perfect, great one. Primary carbon atom, how many primary carbon atoms are there? Only 2. But now let us fixate on this particular carbon, this one. Let us fixate on this carbon atom. Okay, now if you'll see this carbon atom, can I say that this carbon atom is bonded to 2 other carbon atom? This carbon atom is bonded to 2 other carbon atom, one towards right, one towards left. So such carbon atom which is bonded to 2 other carbon atom only, again I will repeat, it is bonded to only 2 other carbon atom, that carbon atom is known as what? Secondary carbon atom or 2 degree carbon atom. Okay, okay. Now I guess I have made your life so simple, right? I guess अब life बहुत आसान हो गई, there is no problematic stuff. Primary and secondary के basis पे can we define tertiary and quaternary? Okay, primary and secondary के basis पे can we define tertiary and quaternary? Answer is yes, we can define it. Answer is what? Yes, we can define it. Over here, how many 2 degree carbon atom? How many 2 degree carbon atom? Only 1. Got it? Got it? Is there anyone in the session, guys? Is there anyone in the session who can help me out with tertiary carbon atom by definition? What will be the definition of tertiary carbon atom? Anyone? Anyone who can just help me out? What is tertiary carbon atom? Anyone? Guys, please help me out with tertiary carbon atom. It is just based on the primary and secondary. The definition will be based on what? Primary and secondary. Only one word need to be changed. Okay? Only one word need to be changed. Yes, anyone? Yes, anyone guys? Anyone? Okay, let me help you out. Let me help you out guys. See, first of all, before I give you the answer, can you help me out with how many primary carbon atom and how many secondary carbon atom? We are just discussing questions simultaneously. Milky says connected with 3 carbon atom. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay. So as Milky said, what is tertiary carbon atom? The tertiary carbon atom or 3-degree carbon atom is that carbon atom which is bonded to 3 other carbon atoms. Which is bonded to what? 3 other carbon atoms, and such carbon atoms are known as what? And such carbon atoms are known as what? Tertiary carbon atom. They are known as what? Tertiary carbon atoms. Got it? So before I give you that particular answer on which is that carbon, you have already identified it. I know that most of you out there has already identified it. But before we get to that carbon atom, can we have primary and second degree carbon atom? Yes, sure. So how many primary carbon atoms? Can I say this is the carbon which is bonded to only one other carbon atom, so it is 1 degree? Can I say this is also 1 degree? Can I say this is also 1 degree? They all are what? Primary carbon atoms, right? So how many primary carbon atoms? 3. How many secondary carbon atoms? I can just identify one which is bonded to 2 other carbon atoms, that is 1 and 2. So can I say it is 2 degree? So there is only 1 2-degree carbon atom. Now let us fixate on the middle carbon atom which we have. Okay. Now let us fixate on the middle carbon atom that we have is this. Let us fixate on this carbon atom. Can I say that this particular carbon atom is bonded to 3 other carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3. It is bonded to 3 other carbon atoms. 1, 2 and 3. So can I say this particular carbon atom is what? 3-degree carbon atoms. This is what? 3-degree carbon atom, and hence in this structure, if we talk about 3-degree carbon atom, we just have only one. Right? Sure guys? Perfect. Great. Now, what will be the quaternary one? What will be the quaternary carbon atom? On the basis of primary, secondary and tertiary. Now, I know that everyone will be thinking, and that's the right thinking guys. What is a quaternary carbon atom? The carbon atom which is bonded to 4 other carbon atoms. The carbon atom which is bonded to what? 4 other carbon atoms. Okay, so let us take other examples. Okay, so this is the structure. Okay, the question over here is guys, you have to give me an answer for how many primary carbon atoms are there, how many secondary carbon atom is there, and how many tertiary carbon atom is there. Okay, the question is very simple: how many primary, how many secondary and how many tertiary carbon atom is there. Okay, so that is the question. Okay, so let me start marking the answers for the same. Talking about primary, all the terminals one, we can also say that where the chain terminates, that is also known as what? Primary carbon atoms. So this one will be what? Primary, 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 primary. So how many primary carbon atoms are there in this particular question? How many primary carbon atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 primary carbon atoms. There are 6 primary carbon atoms. Let us talk about how many secondary are there. Okay, let us talk about how many secondary are there. Talking about secondary carbon atom, I can just identify in the entire structure, I can just identify only one. I can just identify only one. Okay, that is what? Only one. That is a secondary carbon atom. So talking about secondary or 2 degree, we just have one. How many 3 degrees are there? Okay, how many 3 degrees are there? Can I say this is 3 degree because it is bonded to 3 other carbon atoms, right? Can I also say that this is 3 degree because it is bonded to 3 other carbon atoms, right? So how many 3 degrees are there? Only 2. Talking about the last one, quaternary. Okay, talking about the last one, that is what? A quaternary carbon atom. So for that thing, okay, for that thing, let me take an highlighter and highlight this carbon. If you'll see or if you'll observe this particular carbon atom, can I say that this carbon atom is bonded to 4 other carbon atoms, right? This particular carbon atom, I'm talking about this particular carbon atom, can I say it is bonded to what? 4 other carbon atoms? And since it is bonded to 4 other carbon atoms, can I say that it will be what? A quaternary carbon atom? It will be what? A quaternary carbon atom, right? So what is quaternary carbon atom? That carbon atom which is bonded to 4 other carbon atoms, okay? That carbon atom which is bonded to 4 other carbon atoms are known as what? Quaternary carbon atom, okay, clear? So we have, talking about 4-degree carbon, we just have only one. We just have only one. Now guys, can you just help me out? Can you just help me out? For this particular carbon which is 4 degree, okay, which is 4 degree, can it get bonded for quaternary carbon atom? I am talking about, I have to be very specific, I am talking about what? Quaternary carbon atom. Is it possible that it can get bonded to 5th atom or a group of atom? Like, can I say, can I add one more bond to this particular carbon atom? My question is, can I add one more bond to this quaternary carbon atom? My question is very simple guys. Can I add the 5th bond to this carbon atom? Can I add 5th bond to this carbon atom? The answer is purely no. We cannot add the 5th bond to this carbon atom. We cannot add the 5th bond to this carbon atom. Reason is pretty much simple guys, because carbon is tetravalent, that means it can form only 4 bonds, right? And since it can form only 4 bonds, okay, and since it can form only 4 bonds, the 5th bond is not possible. And that's why I'm going to use this, whatever discussion right now we had, ठीक है, ये discussion आगे हम use करेंगे. We are going to use this discussion to define the quaternary hydrogen, the quaternary alkyl group, or quaternary not alkyl group, quaternary alkyl halide, and I'll be saying that they does not exist, okay, they does not exist, okay, clear, sure, perfect, great. So yeah, that is all about what primary, secondary and tertiary, okay, primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary carbons, okay, clear, perfect. So now let us write the definition for those particular students who are making the notes of it, okay. So let me write the definition of it. Talking about primary carbon atom, what is primary carbon atom? The carbon atom, okay, the carbon atom which is bonded, or you can write one more word over here, which is directly bonded, to be very specific, okay, which is directly bonded to one, which is directly bonded to only one other, let me write the word only one other carbon atom. Example we have already seen. What is secondary carbon atom? What is secondary carbon atom? Okay, it is the carbon atom. It is the carbon atom which is directly bonded to two other carbon atoms, two other carbon atom, okay. Talking about the tertiary, what we are going to write? The carbon atom which is directly bonded to three other carbon atoms. Okay, and I'll leave the fourth definition for those students who are making notes. Okay, how to write it? The carbon atom which is directly bonded to 4 other carbon atoms are known as what? Quaternary carbon atom. Okay, so I hope guys you must have understood the degree of carbon. Okay, the very first step and the very important step guys, I hope that you must have understood the degree of carbon atoms over here. Okay, clear? Proceeding further, Proceeding further and talking about degree of hydrogen. Okay, proceeding further and talking about what? Degree of hydrogen. Just like degree of carbon, we have degree of hydrogen. Just like degree of carbon, we have what? Degree of hydrogen. So there is something known as primary or 1 degree hydrogen. Okay, second is secondary or 2 degree hydrogen. Third is tertiary or 3 degree hydrogen, and the fourth one is quaternary or 4 degree hydrogen. Okay, clear? So yes guys, this is primary, secondary and tertiary and quaternary hydrogen. Okay, now my question is, first question, okay, my first question is, which of the hydrogen does not exist? Which of the degree of hydrogen does not exist? Okay, my first question is, which of the degree of hydrogen will not exist, or that is not even possible? Is there anyone who can help me out which of this degree does not exist? Is there anyone which of this degree does not exist? Guys, anyone out there who can just help me out which of the degree does not exist over here? Guys, can anyone help me out with this? Anyone? So the answer is pretty much straightforward, guys. The answer is pretty much straightforward, and the answer is fourth. Quaternary hydrogen does not exist. Why? Because just right now we said over here that if this is quaternary carbon, okay, if this is what quaternary carbon, the quaternary hydrogen will not exist. Okay, now let us understand why. Let us understand why. Okay, now primary carbon, or sorry, primary hydrogens. Okay, primary hydrogens are that hydrogens. Okay, primary hydrogens are that hydrogen which is bonded to primary carbon atom. Okay, so the number of carbon, the number of hydrogen bonded to primary carbon becomes primary hydrogen. Okay, so the number of hydrogen bonded to primary carbon becomes primary hydrogen. The same goes to what? The secondary hydrogen. The number of hydrogen bonded to secondary hydrogen becomes what? Becomes what? Secondary hydrogen. Okay, again I will repeat. The number of hydrogen bonded to second degree or 2 degree carbon atom becomes 2 degree hydrogen. The number of hydrogen bonded to 3 degree carbon or tertiary carbons becomes tertiary hydrogen or 3 degree hydrogen. In the same way, can I define for quaternary hydrogen? Answer is no. Why? Because quaternary hydrogen has already formed the 4 bonds, and since it has already formed the 4 bonds, can I easily say that it can never be able to form the 5th bond, and since it is not able to form 5th bond, this quaternary hydrogen will not exist. Okay, clear? So what is primary hydrogen? Number of hydrogen bonded to what? Primary carbon atom. Okay, can I write this thing? Can I write this thing? It is the number of hydrogen bonded to what? Number of hydrogen bonded to 1 degree carbon. Number of hydrogen bonded to 1 degree carbon is known as what? Primary hydrogens. Okay, similarly, number of hydrogen bonded to 2 degree carbon, number of hydrogen bonded to 2 degree carbon is known as what? 2 degree hydrogen. Similarly, number of hydrogen bonded to 3 degree carbon is known as what? 3 degree hydrogen. And similarly, can I write this thing? Answer is we cannot, because this does not exist. Okay guys, sure? Any doubts, any difficulties in this point? Any doubts, any difficulties in this point, guys? If yes, please make sure that you are going to comment in the chat box. Okay, just write whatever doubts you have and please let us know, and I'll try to solve as many doubts as possible. Okay, so yes, this was degree of carbon and degree of hydrogen. On the basis of this thing, let us try to attempt this question. On the basis of this thing, let us try to attempt this question. And if you can see this question, this is really very easy question, and I love to know the answers. Okay, if you can type the answer in the chat box, that will be really great. Okay, if you can type this, that will be really great. Okay, now talking about this particular question, how many primary carbon atoms we can see? Okay, so normally what student do is 1 degree, 1 degree, 1 degree, 1 degree, 1 degree and 1 degree, right? So how many primary carbon you can see? How many primary carbon you can see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, how many you can see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, total what you can see is 6. So primary carbon atom is what? 6. Okay, on the same line, how many primary hydrogens are there? On the same line, how many primary hydrogens are there? 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, 3, 6, 9, 12, and this is what? 15. Okay, wait, I have done something mistaken. How many pyramids are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is one more over here, guys. Okay, this is one more over here. I forgot that. Absolutely sorry for this. So how many primary carbon atoms now we have? How many primary we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. There is how much? 7. There are two mistakes that student can take, that a student can do over here. Okay, first mistake, they'll count this 2 carbon atom as primary carbon atom. They'll count this 2 carbon atom as primary carbon atom. So in spite of 7, they will say 8 and 9. In spite of 7, they will say what? 8 and 9. Okay, that is total. They will say what? 9. But you have to understand this thing, guys. This C2H5, okay, this C2H5 can be visualized as, okay, this C2H5 can be visualized as like this: CH2, CH3. So in this C2H5, actually there are two things. This is 1 degree, right? And there is one more thing, that is 2 degree. So in C2H5, there is in presence of primary, and there is also presence of what? Secondary carbon atom. So please make a note of it, guys. Please make a note of it, first thing. Okay. Now proceeding further, we already have counted primary carbon atom. Now let us count primary hydrogen atoms. So this is 3, then becomes 6, then become 9, then become 12, then become 15, right? Then becomes how much? Here it is 15, 18 and 21. So we have 21 primary hydrogen. We have how much? 21 primary hydrogen. Talking about second degree, okay, talking about second degree or secondary carbon atom or 2 degree carbon atom, guys. So I can see one over here, this is 2 degree, right? Any more we can see? Okay, this is 2 degree. Any more we can see? Yes, this is 2 degree, and there is one more over here, that is 2 degree, like same thing. Okay, so how many 2 degrees are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 secondary carbon or 2 degree carbon. There are 4 secondary carbon or 2 degree carbon. Okay, now talking about 3 degree, I can see one. Before I go to 3 degree, let us just complete the hydrogens as well. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. So there are 8 over here. There is how much? 8 over here. Got it? Then proceeding further, for 3 degree, 1. Okay, 1, that is tertiary, is 1. I can see one more over here. Okay, 3 degree carbon atom. Okay, and this is what? 3 degree. Anything else that we can see? Answer is no. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 degree carbon atom is only 3, right? What about 3 degree hydrogen? I can see 1, I can see 2, and I can see 3. So total is 3, right? Sure. Talking about the last one, 4 degree, I can just see 1. Okay, talking about last one, I can just see 1. So this is 1. So this is how the table will get completed. This is how the table will get completed. Got it, guys? Sure. So yeah, this is what the question based on what? Degree of carbon and degree of hydrogen. Got it? Now, the way we identified primary, secondary and tertiary hydrogen, in the same way we are going to identify the primary alkyl halide, the secondary alkyl halide and the tertiary alkyl halide. Okay, and the concept is really very simple. So let us understand how. So talking about degree of alkyl halide, first of all you should know one thing. Okay, first of all you should know one thing. What are alkyl halides? Alkyl halides are basically represented as Rx. Alkyl halides are basically represented as what? Rx. Okay, so you just have to see where halogen is bonded to which carbon atom. Okay, क्या देखना है अपने को खाली कि जो halogen है वो कौन से कार्बन से बॉन्डेड है. Like, is it bonded to primary carbon, or is it bonded to secondary carbon, or is it bonded to tertiary carbon? Quaternary तो होगा ही नहीं. क्यों quaternary क्यों नहीं होगा? Because we have already discussed कि कार्बन अगर quaternary बन चुका है मतलब चारों bonds occupied है, so fifth bond form नहीं कर सकता. Clear? Not possible at all. Perfect. So talking about degree of alkyl halide, कैसे identify करना है अपने को? जहाँ पे alkyl halide bond होगा वो उसका degree हो जाएगा. For an example, if a halogen is bonded to primary carbon atom, it will become primary alkyl halide. If a halogen is bonded to secondary carbon atom, it will become secondary alkyl halide. And if a halogen is bonded to tertiary carbon atom, it will become tertiary alkyl halide. बहुत simple है. Halogen को नहीं check करना है. You have to check that carbon where halogen is getting bonded. You have to check that carbon atom where halogen is getting bonded. Okay, so to test that thing, let us take some examples. Okay, let us take that examples. CH3, CH2, 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 or in spite of taking bromine, let us take halogen itself. Directly what will take? Halogen itself. Okay, clear? Then CH3, CH, CH2, CH3, X. Okay, talking about the third one, okay. So first of all, our point of focus, okay, our point of focus should be, okay, our point of focus should be where halogen is bonded, which carbon this halogen is bonded. So if I talk about the first case, this is the halogen over here. Can I say this halogen is bonded to this carbon atom? Can I say it is bonded to what? This carbon atom, right? So I am just highlighting that particular where halogen is bonded. So it is bonded to this carbon atom again. Okay, and over here this. Right? So I have already highlighted the carbon atom where halogens are bonded. Now the only thing that we have to do is we have to identify the degree of that carbon. The degree of that carbon will automatically become what? Degree of alkyl halide. Okay, so let us mark the degree. Okay, let us mark the degree of alkyl halide. Okay, so talking about this first case, can I say that this carbon is just bonded to one other carbon atom itself? The carbon atom which is bonded to halogen, that carbon atom is bonded to only one carbon atom, and since it is bonded to only one other carbon atom, it becomes what? Primary or 1 degree alkyl halide. It becomes primary or 1 degree alkyl halide. Okay, now fix it over here. Second one, can I say that the carbon which is directly bonded to halogen, the carbon which is directly bonded to halogen is bonded to two other carbon atoms, right? It is bonded to what? Two other carbon atoms, and since it is bonded to two other carbon atoms, can I say that this will become what? This will become what? Secondary. This will become what? Secondary or 2 degree Rx. Secondary or 2 degree Rx. Got it, guys? Sure. Focus on this. Let us focus on this. The halogen which is directly bonded to carbon, it is bonded to 3 other hydrogens. It is directly bonded to what? 3 other, not hydrogens, carbon. It is bonded to 3 other carbons. And since it is bonded to 3 other carbons, can I say that this is what? Tertiary or 3 degree Rx. It is what? Tertiary or 3 degree Rx. So yes, primary alkyl halide, secondary alkyl halide and tertiary alkyl halide. Okay, and yes, we can mark this thing as well. This is primary, okay, this is secondary and this is tertiary Rx. Okay, one other way to identify the primary, secondary and tertiary alkyl halide, applicable most of the time. Okay, primary will be always CH2X. Primary will be always what? CH2X. Secondary will be always CHX. Secondary will be always what? CHX. And the tertiary will be always CX. The tertiary will be always what? CX. Got it? Clear? So yes, this is primary, secondary and tertiary alkyl halide. I hope guys you must have understood what is primary, secondary and tertiary alkyl halide and how to predict this thing. Okay. Now you will be understanding ki why we are doing this thing. Iska importance kya hai, right? Guys, it has a really tremendous, okay, it has a very tremendous importance in organic chemistry, and especially if anyone of 12th standard is again going through this as a revision, you will be coming to know that this primary, secondary and tertiary alkyl halide will be what exactly been used for the different kind of mechanisms. Okay, somewhere this react faster, somewhere this react faster, right? So clear? I am not going to disclose where it reacts faster and how. That is a further point of discussion, guys. Okay, clear? Perfect. So yes, this is what? Degree of alkyl halide. Now let us just, I'll just mark one question and we'll just proceed from that particular point itself. Okay, we need to identify the different degrees of alkyl halide, and the question is this: okay, I have marked some halogens and I have marked some chlorine and bromine over here. Okay, your aim or the question demands you need to identify which degree of halogen is this. Okay, whether this is primary alkyl chloride, whether it is secondary alkyl chloride, or whether they are tertiary alkyl chloride. Okay, that is the question that we need to solve. Very simple question. Okay, now talking about this halogen, if I wanted to know which degree alkyl chloride is this, I just need to focus on this carbon. Can I say this carbon is bonded to 1 carbon, 2 carbon, and there is no other bonding with the third carbon atom? So can I say it becomes what? 2 degree alkyl halide? It becomes what? 2 degree alkyl halide, right? Second, again if I talk about this halogen is bonded to this carbon, and this carbon is further bonded to 1, 2. It is just bonded to 2 carbon atom, hence it is what? Hence it is what? 2 degree alkyl halide. Clear? Sure. Let us take about this halogen. Now say this halogen is bonded to a carbon atom which is further bonded to how many? 1, 2, 3. Again 1, 2, 3. So it is bonded to 3 other carbon atom, hence this alkyl halide is how much? 3 degree. What about this bromide? What about this bromide? Can I say this bromide is bonded to a carbon atom which is just bonded to other carbon atom, right? So what is the degree of this carbon? 1 carbon, hence this bromide will become what? Primary alkyl bromide. Similarly the last one, the bromine, where it is bonded to what? Carbon. That carbon is just bonded to 1 other carbon atom, hence it is known as what? Primary bromide. So these are the different kinds of alkyl halides present in this molecule. Got it guys? Clear? Sure? Okay, now let us just proceed further. Let us just proceed further and discuss about degree of alcohols. It is exactly same as degree of alkyl halide. It is exactly same as what? Degree of alkyl halide. हमने degree of alkyl halide में क्या किया? हमने एक सिंपल सा डिस्कशन किया था, वेयर हैलोजन इज बॉन्डेड चेक द डिग्री ऑफ दैट कार्बन एंड द मोमेंट यू नो दैट डिग्री ऑफ कार्बन एटम यू विल गेट व्हाट, डिग्री ऑफ अल्काइल हैलाइड. द सेम थिंग यू नीड टू डू फॉर डिग्री ऑफ अल्कोहल. वही चीज़ क्या करना है अपने को डिग्री ऑफ अल्कोहल के लिए करना है. जस्ट चेक करो कि OH ग्रुप, अल्कोहल ग्रुप इज व्हाट, OH ग्रुप, आपने 10th स्टैंडर्ड में पढ़ा होगा राइट. जस्ट ये चेक करना है कि वो OH ग्रुप कहाँ पे बॉन्डेड है. इफ दैट OH ग्रुप इज बॉन्डेड टू प्राइमरी कार्बन एटम इट बिकम्स प्राइमरी अल्कोहल. If the OH group is bonded to secondary carbon atom, it becomes what? Secondary alcohol or 2-degree alcohol. If it is bonded to 3-degree carbon atom, it becomes what? Tertiary alcohol. And there is nothing known as quaternary alcohol because it does not exist. Clear? Sure. So बहुत simple सा concept है degree of alcohol का भी. It is on the same line. Okay. किसके बराबर है? We have just discussed degree of alkyl halide. Just remove the halogen, add the OH group, and you have the answers. Okay, guys. Sure. So first, we'll discuss primary, okay, primary or 1-degree alcohol, okay, primary or 1-degree alcohol. Talking about the second one, secondary or 2-degree alcohol, or 2-degree alcohol. Okay, talking about the third one, tertiary or 3-degree alcohol. Okay, so I am just going to mark the examples, rest you all know it. Okay, so it is CH3, CH2, OH. This is an example of what, primary alcohol, because why? Because if you see this OH group, this OH group is bonded to what, 1-degree carbon atom. Okay, that's why it becomes what, primary alcohol. Talking about the second example, CH3, CH, CH3, OH. Okay, again if you'll see, okay, again if you'll see this OH is bonded to what, 2-degree carbon atoms, right? That OH is bonded to what, 2-degree carbon atom, and hence can I say that it's 2-degree alcohol, right? Coming upon to the last example, CH3, C, CH3, CH3, OH. Now if you'll see this, okay, now if you'll see this alcohol is bonded to what, 3-degree carbon atom, right? Sure, it is bonded to what, 3-degree carbon atom, and hence it becomes what, 3-degree alcohol. जैसे कि मैंने बोला था, जैसे ही primary, like the way we have discussed what, alkyl halides, it is same applicable to what, alcohols. As a matter of fact, जब हम classification पढ़ेंगे 12th standard के content में, classification of alcohol and classification of alkyl halides are also same. Even their isomers, most of the isomers you can, the moment you understand the alkyl halide, you can understand the isomers as well. Okay, so yeah, these are some of the similarities between alkyl halide and alcohol, but yes, they are two different compounds itself. Got it? Sure. If anyone has any doubts, please make sure that you are going to comment in the chat box. And अगर अभी तक like, comment, share, subscribe नहीं किया है, so to please make sure that you are going to share this channel with all your friends. Okay, and yes, subscribe नहीं किया है तो do subscribe the channel. Okay, now so degree of alkyl halide हो गया, degree of alcohol हो गया. Now let us come to the last segment, that is amines. Degree of what? Amines. Amines का degree समझने से पहले amines होता क्या है ये समझ में आना चाहिए. Before you understand amines, okay, before you understand the degree of amines, सबसे पहले अपने को क्या समझ में आना चाहिए कि what exactly is amine. So amine is nothing but derivative of ammonia. Okay, the first pointer that I can write it over here is amine is nothing but what? Amine is nothing but what? Derivative of what? Ammonia. Amine is nothing but the derivative of ammonia. Okay, it is derivative of ammonia in which 1, 2 or all 3 hydrogen all three hydrogen of NH3 that is ammonia is replaced by alkyl group, is replaced by alkyl group or aryl group. Okay, now there will be a curious question in all of your mind कि सर ये alkyl या aryl group क्या है? You will be asking me, AV, what is exactly alkyl and aryl group? Not to worry guys, the next session is all about what alkyl group, and it is a must watch session to everyone out there क्योंकि हम सारा ही alkyl group एक ही वीडियो में कवर करने वाले. At least I'll try to cover all the alkyl groups that you are going to encounter in organic chemistry. Okay, clear guys? Sure. So yeah, what are degree of amines? Talking about amines, derivative of ammonia in which 1, 2 or all 3 hydrogen is replaced by what? Is been replaced by what? Alkyl or aryl group. Okay, so to make you understand this particular concept, let us take ammonia NH3. ठीक है, by any process. अभी मैं फिलहाल ये डिस्कस नहीं कर रहा हूँ कि कन्वर्जन कैसे हुआ. राइट नाउ व्हाट वी आर डिस्कसिंग इज बाय एनी प्रोसेस. ओके, बाय एनी प्रोसेस क्या कर रहे हैं हम, यहाँ से एक हाइड्रोजन रिमूव कर रहे हैं और एक अल्काइल ग्रुप ऐड कर रहे हैं. अल्काइल ग्रुप्स आर बेसिकली रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय आर. प्लीज इसको गैस कांस्टेंट मत समझ लेना, वी आर इनटू ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री, वी आर नॉट डिस्कसिंग फिजिकल केमिस्ट्री गाइस, सो प्लीज गैस कांस्टेंट मत समझ लेना. इट इज एन अल्काइल ग्रुप रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय व्हाट? आर ग्रुप. ओके, सो व्हाट विल बी द प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म? What will be the product form? Can I say it will be RNH2? It will be the RNH2. Oh, sorry, NH2, not NH3. Okay, so remember, when nitrogen is bonded to only one other carbon atom, when nitrogen is bonded to only one other carbon atom, yeah, when one alkyl group is bonded to nitrogen, or when only one hydrogen is replaced by alkyl group. तीन तरीके हैं. पहला तरीका क्या है? जब नाइट्रोजन सिर्फ एक ही कार्बन से बॉन्डेड हो. दूसरा तरीका, अल्काइल ग्रुप सिर्फ एक अल्काइल ग्रुप दूसरे नाइट्रोजन से बॉन्डेड होगा. तीसरा तरीका, एक हाइड्रोजन ही रिप्लेस हुआ है अल्काइल ग्रुप से. तो ये तीनों तरीके से अपने को क्या पता चलेगा? दैट द अमाइन दैट हैज बीन फॉर्म्ड इज प्राइमरी अमाइन. जब हम अमाइंस का डिस्कशन करते हैं ना गाइस, जब भी हम अमाइंस का डिस्कशन करते हैं, सो ऑलवेज द पॉइंट ऑफ फोकस इज नाइट्रोजन. इस पे ध्यान देना है अपने को, नाइट्रोजन पे. तब कार्बन की इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं होगी, तब कार्बन का क्या होगा? इंपॉर्टेंस जरा भी नहीं होगा. अगर हम डिग्री ऑफ अमाइन की बात कर रहे हैं, अमाइन इज अ नाइट्रोजीनियस कंपाउंड और हम नाइट्रोजन पे फोकस करेंगे. नाइट्रोजन कितने कार्बन से बॉन्डेड है? जितने कार्बन से बॉन्ड करेगा उतना उसका डिग्री होगा. जैसे यहाँ पे सिर्फ एक ही से है तो इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? 1 डिग्री अमाइन और प्राइमरी अमाइन. ओके, नाउ प्रोसीड करते हैं आगे. और एक हाइड्रोजन रिमूव कर रहे हैं. Wait a sec. Okay, in this particular case what we are going to do, we are going to remove one more hydrogen and we are going to add one more alkyl group. एक हाइड्रोजन और निकाला और एक क्या कर दिया? अल्काइल ग्रुप ऐड कर दिया. ठीक है, सो व्हाट विल बी द प्रोडक्ट? कैन आई से इट इज R NHR. सेम या डिफरेंट इससे फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है. R can be same or different. उससे right now we are not going to discuss anything about it. Okay. Now if you'll see, the nitrogen is bonded to 2 other carbon atoms. दो और carbon atom से bonded है. Hence, can I say that it is what? 2 degree or 2 degree amine. 2 degree or 2 degree amine. Sure. Perfect. What will be the last step? What will be the last step? Okay. जो एक हाइड्रोजन बचा है उसको भी निकाल लो. व्हाट विल बी द प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म? व्हाट विल बी द प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म? R N R R. And now we can say that it is what? 3 degree amine. And now we can say that it is what? 3 degree amine. So yes, these are the degrees of amine. Okay. These are the degree amines. पहले हमने ये डिस्कस किया कि what is primary and secondary amines, what is basically an amine, and then amines are further classified as primary, secondary and tertiary amines. And identify कैसे करते हैं? Just check कर लो कि कितने कार्बन से वो bonded है. Clear? Sure? Perfect. Talking about the next one, examples देख लेते हैं हम primary amines के. ठीक है, I'm going to mark 4 options. You have to tell me which is the degree of इसमें से, like in the given options, how many are primary amines. Okay, so talking about the options. So please make sure that you are going to comment the answer. The question is very simple. वापस से मैं एक बार क्वेश्चन रिपीट कर देता हूँ. आपको ये बताना है कि इसमें से कौन सा प्राइमरी अमाइन है. ओके, यू जस्ट हैव टू टेल मी द नंबर. ओके, इसमें से कौन सा प्राइमरी अमाइन है. लेट मी राइट अ बिट डाउनवर्ड. थोड़ा सा मेसी दिखेगा ये यहाँ पे. सो 4. Okay, so guys, yes, these are the 4 options. Not 4 options, these are the 4 structures. Please let me know in the chat box that which of it is a primary amine, guys. Is there anyone who can tell me which of this is a primary amine, guys? Is there anyone who can tell me that which of the following is what primary amines? Okay, most of the time the answer that a student gives is 1. Okay, most of the students. Okay, बहुत बार मैंने देखा है maximum student goes with option 1. Okay, then थोड़े कम student बोलते हैं कि sir primary and first and the second structure both are what primary amine. Then some says the first, second and third structure is also what primary amine. But a very less amount of student has given the answer that sir all 4 are primary amines. All 4 are what primary amines, and yes, that is the right answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all belongs to what primary amines. They all belongs to what primary amines. Why? You will be thinking that ये alkyl group तो tertiary है. This we can clearly remember. This is tertiary, right? Because it is bonded to a 3-degree carbon atom. NH2 is bonded to 3-degree carbon atom. But what I said, when we discuss the degree of amine, whenever we discuss degree of amine, the point of focus should be what? Nitrogen. The point of focus should be what? Nitrogen. कि nitrogen कितने carbon से bonded है. And since if you'll see everywhere, nitrogen is just bonded to 1 carbon atom. 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 This is the first thing. पहली चीज तो ये. दूसरी, the second thing that we can say easily is, if you'll see this nitrogen, it is NH2. Okay, it is NH2, and we have just seen that NH2 is what? We have just seen what? NH2 is what? Primary. See, NH2 is what? Primary. Similarly, see NH2, right? NH2, right? And NH2. See, they all are what? Primary. Okay. Normally what happens, we study alkyl groups so many times. Okay, primary, secondary, tertiary, हम इतना ज़्यादा बार पढ़ लेते हैं कि अगर अमाइन का कॉन्सेप्ट भी आता है तो हम वही कॉन्सेप्ट लगा देते हैं, जो कि गलत है. यू हैव टू बी अवेकन. ठीक है, प्लीज़ आँख नाक कान सब खुले रखना एग्जाम्स के वक्त. ठीक है, क्योंकि एग्जाम के प्रेशर में ये गलतियाँ होना ऑब्वियस है. ठीक है, ये गलतियाँ होना ऑब्वियस है. एक्सपीरियंस के साथ कह रहा हूँ गाइस, ये गलतियाँ होंगी, बट यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट कि ये गलतियाँ ना हो. ठीक है, आप लोगों को बस यही कोशिश करना है कि ये गलतियाँ ना हो, क्योंकि जितनी गलतियाँ कम करोगे उतने अच्छे मार्क्स आएंगे और उतना अच्छा मेडिकल कॉलेज मिलेगा गाइस. श्योर. सो प्लीज मेक अ नोट ऑफ दिस पॉइंट. टॉकिंग अबाउट द सेकेंड वन विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट सेकेंडरी अमाइंस. ओके, उसके भी कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स दे सकते हैं. सेकेंडरी अमाइंस के एग्जाम्पल देख लेते हैं. ओके, so talking about secondary amines example, see, it is an amine which is bonded to 2 other carbon atoms. So can I say it is secondary amine? Yes, we can say it. It is an amine which is bonded to 2 other carbon atoms. And ये फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ठीक है, ये फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता कि वो सेम है या डिफरेंट है, ओके ये ज़रा भी फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता कि वो सेम है या डिफरेंट है, ये भी सेकेंडरी अमाइन है 2 डिग्री, ओके देन इफ़ आई जस्ट लीव इट लाइक दिस, अगर मैं इसको NH2 कर दूँ तो ये क्या हो जाएगा, प्राइमरी अमाइन, बट इफ आई जस्ट मेक इट NH3, NH CH3, it becomes what, it becomes what, secondary amine. Clear? Sure. So yes, these are the what, 2 degree amines, these are the what, 2 degree amines. Clear guys? Sure. I hope there is no problem with 2 degree amine. Coming upon to the last one, okay, coming upon to the last one, 3 degree amine. What are 3 degree amines? Examples क्या है? An amine which is bonded to 3 carbon atoms. Okay, again irrespective of कि वो group क्या है, it should consist of what, carbon. So it is very simple, it is very simple, CH3 and CH3, okay, CH3. Clear? This is one of the case, CH3 and C2H5 and then C3H7, right? Clear? One of the example is this also, this is also 3 degree. Clear guys? Sure. So yes, this is what the different degrees of amines, okay, this is what are different degrees of amines, okay. Hello good and bold girl, okay. So guys, this is what the different degrees of amines that we need to discuss and that we need to know, okay guys. Sure. So yeah, I hope that, okay, I hope that guys you must have understood that whatever we have discussed today. We discussed 4 things today. The first one was degree of carbon, the second one was degree of hydrogen, the third one was degree of alkyl halide, the fourth one was degree of alcohol, and the last one, okay, and the last one is what, degree of amines. And in this degree of amines we have also seen what are amines and how they are classified as primary, secondary and tertiary amines. And the one thing that I wanted you all to remember is whenever we talk about amines, it has to be related to nitrogen, it has nothing to do with carbon, ठीक है. अमाइन को छोड़ के जो भी डिस्कशन होगा वो कार्बन के रिलेटेड होगा, बट अमाइंस जब भी आएगा वी हैव टू मेक श्योर वन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट द डिस्कशन इज रिलेटेड टू व्हाट, नाइट्रोजन, ठीक है. तो गलतियां कम होंगी, ओके. सो गाइज प्लीज कमेंट करके जरूर बताना कि हाउ डिड यू लाइक दिस सेशन, okay. So with this thing guys, thank you so very much for joining this session guys. I hope that I was successful enough to add some value to your knowledge repository, okay. One last thing, अगर अभी तक लाइक कमेंट नहीं किया है तो प्लीज़ मेक श्योर लाइक कमेंट करो, एंड प्लीज़ ऑल्सो मेक श्योर दैट कि यू आर गोइंग टू शेयर दिस चैनल विथ ऑल योर फ्रेंड्स दोज आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर व्हाट NEET, ओके. तब तक के लिए गाइज सायोनारा एंड यस कीप स्माइलिंग, विल मीट सून.